such a time as this.
And welcome back to For Such a Time as This, the place where there is no such thing as a silent witness. I am your host, Pastor James Pittman. I do want to tackle the issue that is on a lot of people's mind right now, and that is what in the heck is going on with the foolishness of defund the police. Makes no sense to me, makes no sense to most of you. But I do want to start off Deuteronomy 32:7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask your father, and he will show you your elders, and they will tell you. The context was in Deuteronomy 32. God was saying, you young people of just this generation, look back at the old generations. You want to know what's going on? You want to learn? Learn from history. That's all throughout the Bible. God says over and over and over again in the Old Testament, remember. Learn from history, remember. And so this whole notion of those who do not understand history are doomed to repeat it, that's not something that was made up in the United States of America. That's an old concept, an old proverb. God says over and over again, learn from history. So when it comes to this issue of defunding the police, the New American Video, his link will be there. He came up with it. A friend sent it to me, and he came up with a good explanation about what's going on and how we should view this insanity. It's not insane. It's very calculated. Look at the clip. It's pretty long. Usually I try to keep clips at 1 minute. This is about 2, closer to 2, because it's really good. Look.
The deep state understands that you cannot impose a totalitarian police state on any country if you don't have a totalitarian national police department, right? If say hypothetically, Obama was blabbering about gun control a lot when he was president. Suppose Obama had said, hey, I need all the police to go out and disarm Americans. That might have worked in New York and Los Angeles, but in the rest of the country, our sheriffs and our police chiefs would have said, wait a minute, you want me to go and disarm my neighbors and my family and my friends? You want me to strip them of their fundamental God-given rights? Forget about it, right? That's totally crazy. In fact, if you come into our county to try to do something so stupid, you're all going to end up in county jail, right? And you'll be prosecuted. So they know that if they want to impose tyranny on the American people, they're going to have to nationalize our police forces, right? Right now, our police are controlled by our local government. Our sheriffs are elected directly by the people of our counties, and they're our friends, right? They're part of our local community. We get along well with them. They're policing their own communities. The officers are policing their own communities. They're not about to go and start brutalizing or imposing tyranny on their own people. And so they must get away with this. And if you look back through history in the last 100 years, it's so obvious, right? Every single totalitarian government of the last 100 years has implemented its totalitarianism through a national police force. Think about the National Socialists in Germany, right? The Nazis. What did they have? The SS. What did the Soviet communists have in the Soviet Union? Well, they had first the NKVD, and then it became the KGB. What did the East German police state have? The communist dictatorship there. They had the Stasi, right? All totalitarian governments of the 20th, the Chinese have the national police, right? All these totalitarian mass murdering governments all have one thing in common, and that is a national terror machine to terrorize their people.
So, when you hear them say defund the police, what they really mean is defund the local police, because somebody has to keep law and order. You think they're going to just turn it over to the gang bangers and the street thugs? Of course not. Of course not. Mankind has a track record. And if we don't learn from the past, we are certainly doomed to repeat it. It's not hard, people. Even in this CHOP or Chaz or whatever it is in Seattle, as soon as they set up the barricade and they kicked out the police force, what happened immediately? Thugs with guns started exerting their control. And that is what it will be. It doesn't matter where you are. Somebody's going to take control. Whoever has the most might, that's who's going to take control. And if you want to control the United States of America, if you want to make it totalitarianism, if you want to rule by force, the very first thing you have to do is get rid of the local police department. Either that's the village, city, or sheriff, and you have to somehow remove control and remove the idea and destroy the idea of neighborhood policing. Look, I don't know about you, but I like the police. If somebody's breaking into my house, I want to call 911 so they can come get the person that I deal with. But anyway, I like the police. I like the police. They're a good secondary front because the primary front in the Pittman household is the Springfield 357. But I love the police. Love them. But if we do not watch out and we keep on this foolishness of defunding the police, that is a recipe. Look at history. Stalin, Hitler, Mao. Look at them. The first thing they have to do is set their thugs up as the police. And then it's over.
For such a time as this,